Good morning, ladies. This is Diane Tuggle from the Happy Scrapbooker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here to show you this beautiful tri-fold panel fun fold card. So it's basically a really simple card to make. There's no fancy mechanism, but it really packs a punch with the beautiful stamp set that we'll be using today. So here's one in the pink. And here's one I did in boho blue. And we are going to make one with fresh freesia today, this color. And we're going to be using the pink and green. So let me show you what you're going to need. First, I'll show you the star of the show. And that is this beautiful Thankful Garden stamp set and die set, and it also has masks, so it makes it easier for coloring this. So let me open it up for you. The images are pretty big. It has beautiful standalone leaves that go with it, and then some smaller leaves that can cut out stamped images. It's a stamp set of a hydrangea and a rose, I think it is. So this stamp set would be really good for birthdays, Mother's Day, thank you, sympathy, get well. It's very versatile. And just by changing the colors, it can be masculine or feminine. So I'll show you some other things that we're going to be using. We're going to be using elements of text for this script right here that we're going to be stamping on some of the panels. We're also going to be using some dies. This is linked together dies, and we're using just this oval out of the link together. I'll stick it back in here. And then we are using a die out of Storybook Friends. It's this frame die right here. And that is because we need we're going to need a frame for the card, and we also are going to need the small ovals to go inside that other oval. So they should be, they are somewhere, here we go. So the inside cutout of this frame fits exactly on the inside of the linked together oval. So there's a tip for you. And then we are using Countryside Corner dies for our panels. Let me put this one aside. So you're going to be using the second largest and the third largest. You're going to need 3 panels of cardstock and 3 panels of DSP. The DSP comes from the Celebration paper pack, Toadstool Gardens paper. So this gray wood grain, as well as this fresh freesia stripe, come from that. And you're going to need some white cardstock, some Granny Apple Green to cut out the leaves, fresh freesia for the card base, and some white for layering and for stamping. So I'm going to show you the dimensions and how the card goes together. And then I will show you the mask technique. So we'll put our ink away. Like I said, it's really a simple So here are the 2 dies I can put back in here. I thought I was more organized than this time. Get in there. There we go. So those were Countryside Corners. So I'm going to show you the base of the card. The base of the card is 10.5 inches long. Let me put you in the right, there we go. 10.5 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 3.5 and 7. So that is the base. So that's scored, and it just folds like that. So then your next layer is a white layer, and that is 4 by 3 3/4. You need 3 of those. So we're going to go ahead and put those down. Ladies, I have a Facebook group page called the Happy Scrapbooker, and there I teach and show videos and show all kinds of things that inspire me. And I hope it's a private group. You look for Diane Tuggle at the Happy Scrapbooker, and you have to request to join. And that's just to keep the scammers and stuff out. So here we go. This is the next layer, and it is 3 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 tall by 3 wide. And they just go in there. Can you see me? I think you can see me. I'm in camera. Okay. So there is our our card base. So the next layer that we have, you need 3 of the second largest Countryside Corner die. And they're going to go on just like that. And one thing you need to keep in mind, your envelope and your card can't be any higher than 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 is way up here, but I went down to 5 1/4 because I thought it looked better. Let me leave these out the way. Can you see 5 1/4? 5 1/4. So you're just going to center those. And what you want to do is make sure there's no adhesive from the top section down. So just eyeball where it's going to be placed. And you want to center it. It's a tight fit. Okay. So you're leaving the top of that no adhesive. Excuse me. It's pretty easy to line them up with the points on the side right there. It's a little crooked. Okay, that's better. And then this. Okay. So we've got our base. We want to line that up just a little bit better. Put it on top of that one and close the door maybe. There we go. That's better. Now they line up better. Okay. So now we have these 3 panels right here, and I want to spruce them up a little bit. So I've got basic gray, and I have the text from Moments of Text. I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to flip this over so we don't mess up our flowers. So basically, it doesn't cover the whole thing, but you can overlap a little bit. Stagger it. And the third one. Okay. And then we're going to take and put a little bit of that basic gray around the edges of this panel. So I'll have the dimensions for the card and my shopping website. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. And when you order from me, I do send you a thank you gift. And I appreciate the orders a lot. Okay, that's all of that one. And now I'm going to put this back down here. We need two of those panels and one of this. And this is where the verse is going. And so for this one, I'm going to stamp with love. And I'm going to use this gray ink because I think it's really soft. And practice it right there. Okay, that's all our stamping. I already stamped the little label that says you make a difference. It's somewhere on here. So let's go ahead and put these guys down. So you want to make sure the writing is right side up. And that gray really looks pretty on that brush freezer. Really looks pretty. You could also make this card using the Everyday Arches dies. It'd be very pretty. Okay, there are those guys. And let's put him in the middle. And that one goes in the middle panel. We're going to have a plain one right here, and we are going to have this little frame. In the next one. So I'll put a little liquid glue on the back of this frame. I just think it's so cool that this frame, the inside of it fits that Everyday Arches oval perfectly. So here is the base. Excuse me. I'm going to set this aside to dry. Take a sip of my hot tea. Okay. turn this back over. We're going to work on our stenciling or our masking. So just going to show you the basics. The masks are numbered. This is number 1. It's a tiny little number right there. But it's pretty easy to line up Okay, Diane, you said it was easy. What did I do? It was real easy. Okay. I've never had this trouble before. Number 1, have I got it upside down? Number 1. It's right there. Okay, I made it too hard for myself. So I'm going to line it up and see the images coming into play. And I'm going to take a colored pencil. You see this little notch right here? Every time we set this next stencil in place, you're going to want to line them up to this green line and where that notch is. So we're going to get our ink. Where is the ink? There it is. And we're going to do a very light layer. So this is a blending brush. We're going to tap it into the ink, tap it off. We want a very, you can tape this down too if you want to. A very, very light hand. Because I don't have any fresh freesia ink, but this pink I think will go with it just fine. See, that's a little too dark for me. All right, that's your first layer. And now we'll have mask number 2. And we're going to line up into the green lines. And you can see these guys. Now add a little more ink. And the next layer will be just a little darker. Okay. And then the third is the detail layer. And we need to line it up in our lines. Turn it till everything comes into view, and we're going to add some more and make it really dark. So that's how you would do the leaves also. There's a separate stencil for the leaves. Let me put that up. So here is the die, and you would just, after you finish, just put it on there and cut it out, and this is what you get. And there's also a die for a section of this, so you can get 3 little, and it's down here, it fits down here by the bottom of this stem is where it lines up. So I am going to cut that one out. I just got to turn around behind me and run it through the die cut machine. Oh yeah, I got this stuck on the paper, that's what it is. There we go. So losing my voice again today. Okay, that's all there was to that. And you see that just comes out of there, and you have 3 petals. So put him back in there, and put that die back in there. So we don't need him anymore. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble our card. So, here's one that I did earlier. And what I did, when I stamped it and stenciled it, then I went back and I cut out another one. I cut the little flowers out by hand. And I put them around where I wanted them to go. So that one is going to go right here, and we're going to pop that guy up. Okay, I need my dimensionals. So we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. Okay. So we want to make sure if we tip it up, it'll fit right inside that card right there. Now I do have a banner that I stamped, a verse. Where is it? It's right here. It's in the stamp set with the hydrangea. It says you make a difference, and I am just going to slant that. And I'm going to cut off just a smidge. And we're going to put this right here. So we need 1 dimensional and the rest white glue. So the dimensional is going to go right there, and the wet glue is going on the back. And that keeps everything at the same level. You make a difference with love. So now we have, oops, I forgot my leaves. I forgot my leaves. That's okay. We're going to tuck them in there. I'm going to cut them apart. And tuck them in there with some wet glue. So stick them down behind there. Get under there. There we go. Okay. Now I did take Ranger liquid pearls and put little dots in the center and let it dry ahead of time. So that's my embellishment. So now we need this leaf. I'm going to put this leaf down right here with wet glue. Try to keep that middle panel flatter because the front panel and the back panel are not flat. So we glued that down. It's easy enough. You know, this could use a little more. Oh well, it's all right. All right, next we have another set of leaves. And I'm gonna put wet glue on the back of it. And put it up like that. And then this one I'm going to put some dimensionals. Put one in the middle. And I'm going to stick him up here. And I need one more. Aha, we'll use these. These are a little different shade. It's the same pink ink pad I used, but maybe the brush has gotten dirty. I don't know. The ink color is totally different. Okay. This one would work better. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I might tuck. It looks okay with just 3 of those. I don't want to put that in there. I wonder if I can color it darker. Nope. Well, I'm just going to leave it. You see what I mean? This one I had 2 sets of those, but the flower that I've already inked is lighter. This is more of a brownish pink tone. I must have picked up a dirty brush. That's what I'm going with. Okay, we're going to make a little bow. And this is some of the ribbon that was in the celebration that you got free. And we're going to put a couple of glue dots right up there. I'm going to find my glue dots. There they are. I love this fresh freesia. It's a pinky purple. So we're going to put a couple of glue dots. Hold that in place. Okay. So here is the first one that I did in soft sea foam and pretty in pink and granny apple green. And this one is fresh freesia, granny apple green and pretty in pink. And this one is boho blue, granny apple green, and gray. Basic gray. So there's 3 cards for you. I hope you'll try it. I hope you will like and subscribe and share this video. Subscribing to my channel is absolutely free, and it really, really helps me. And like I said, my website will be listed in the description box if you need anything. Also, don't forget to join the Happy Scrapbooker. And I appreciate you a bunch, ladies. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.